Marauder, though. This thing runs ice cold. It's a 75-ton direct fire sniper. It does ridiculous damage. And will never overheat, ever, basically. I've got very good scout mechs already, as much as I'm biased towards the Phoenix Hawk. I'm gonna go for the Marauder pieces here. And hope that I still have another 9 random pieces. So if I could get 3 Phoenix Hawk pieces in the randos, then this should be pretty good. What do we get? Assassin, Dervish. We got 1 piece of a Phoenix Hawk. We got the Bombast Particle Cannon. That one I'm actually kind of curious about. That thing looked terrifying. It was mounted on the Marauder, if I remember it right. Large Pulse. 2 large pulses. An Exchanger 3. 20% weapon heat reduction for 4 tons. Almost worth $1 million by itself. That's worth a lot of money. I've already got like over 50 million. I've got 50 medium lasers already. Sell that. I don't need that. I'll keep the ERs though. The ERs, they can be quite useful. And the large pulse, I mean, those could be quite useful to hunt down lighter scout mechs. So I'm not going to sell that. Bombast PPC. Does not fire in melee. Base mode deals 55, generates 25 heat. Low power mode, mid power mode, and max power mode. Ooh. That could be very interesting. Yeah. That could be really interesting. I kind of like that. Is my YouTube stream back? I think it is. I did not enjoy OBS crashing on me. It was very unpleasant. Okay. So I lost completely. That battle armor was completely destroyed. Oops. Note to self. Do not insta-kill. Do not insta-kill a mech that I've just swarmed. I don't swarm that often. I more often than not, the battle armor I've been using as just sensor lock bots. So I keep, like, I'm still not super well versed in using battle armor. But yeah, I did destroy an Achilles because of that. Oops. That IS using flamers right now, that I feel should get a bit of work. I don't like the BA flamers can be fun, but I've got a lot more stuff that can be a lot more useful. Point 2. That's also point 2. LBX ACs. That I could have some fun. Magshot Gauss rifle. Yeah. I'm putting Gauss rifles on this thing. I'm putting some mag shots on this thing.
Right. I'll get it in the skip.
I'll run on the Rottweiler armor if I need to. Now, let's go back to the barracks. Is Courser still alive? No, he's dead. No, he is alive. Somehow he survived that. Without even getting injured, too. Sheesh. Alright. Let's bump him up to 4 on everything. I haven't leveled up anybody all stream today. So there is probably quite a lot to do there.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Aloha is probably going to be our first perfect pilot at this rate. Seabill, I'm actually a little bit conflicted about what to do with Seabill here.
Training complete.
I think I'm going to move her towards Master Tactician. Knife Fighter. 33% boost to all support weapons. Oh, it's for support weapons, though. It's not for, like, big weapons in short range. So, no, it's probably going to be either Fast Fire, which would allow me to have her on a very heavy mech, use Fast Fire, and basically gain a bunch of initiative on the next turn. Or Master Tactician, which is just steady +2 initiative and a lot of stability damage removal, which is the same I've done with it's the same thing I've done with Aloha.
Right here.
Cinnabon, meanwhile, Guts and Tactics can be useful for Cinnabon, but not
I'm here.
anywhere near as much as everything else, really. Floppy, I'm going to boost in Tactics as fast as possible just because of the resolve. Frogs is perfectly balanced right now, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him. I'm going to boost his damage. That Scotty mech he's piloting right now is a little underwhelming.
Hey.
He's a missile specialist. That's not even.
Training complete.
Dude, that's a no-brainer. Just absolute no-brainer. She's been lobbing missiles at people all campaign. And she's going to keep doing that quite steadily. Keymaster and Kilo, I'm just gonna sit on that XP because I don't want their salaries to go up. Lemonade can get a bit of tiny guts boost.
Waiting for order.
I'll grab the speed for pizza. Call shot bonus, resolve generation. Yep. Who else? Who else? Who else? Shotel? Same thing. I want to boost his tactics by quite a lot.
Mech warrior training.
For resolve generation, but I don't know what I'm going to do with him, so I'm not going to level him up more than this. Manda? I want Manda to be an ace pilot. Which means that Manda can now fire and then move in that order, rather than having to move first. Which means she could rush in, tag somebody, and then the turn after, she could just fire and then run away.
Orders?
The Chow could just use the extra firepower. I'm just gonna give her the extra damage.
Commander?
Triple heat efficiency. I mean, I could give her 2 points in guts, but I don't think that's worth it. Yeah. Let's just do the extra resolve from tactics.
Confirm.
Ulti, just melee boost.
Warrior training complete.
Because he is not a brawler yet. But he will be very soon, so... Maybe I should have hoarded my my XP for that. But hey,
Reporting.
bit late for that. War Master could get a
Training confirmed, Commander.
guts point. And finally, we have way too late back here,
You've got my attention.
who cannot level up.
Standing by.
Wolfbanes and his cat is also sitting on quite a lot of experience. But I still don't know what I'm going to do with him. Is there any ability that could make him like a battle armor master? So I could go Battle Lord into Battle Armor Master. And I'm also going to give him Sensor Lock, because Sensor Lock is always useful. I'm going to sit on the rest of that XP. Just to try to rush Battle Armor Master.
Training complete.
And I think I'm going to do the same with... I think I'm going to do the same with his wife.
Bye.
Floppy, I've boosted here. But the next bit of XP that I get, I'm going to crank her up towards... They're going to be my two dedicated, steady battle armor specialists. Now, back here at the store, I have been eyeing this tank here, but I think I'm going to refrain. As tempted as I am, where there are officials, there are corrupt officials. Be a hefty bribe to raise your standing with the Star System's owner. I've already got max rep with Merrick. I don't need that. Blackjack, Omens, Panther, Raiden Battle Armor. I could probably re-prep the Raiden Battle Armor actually now. C2s, AMS, BAs, Coil. That coil is actually one of the reasons I was considering the idea of going straight for a Phoenix Hawk. Because a coil's damage is entirely dependent on how much you have moved. Damage increase based on your evasion. So, get a stupidly fast pilot. Put the biggest possible engine you can on that mech and the coil, and you could do some stupid damage with it. Like, it could legitimately punch way above its weight. But it is a heavy thing to mount, so I wouldn't try to mount that on the 30-tonner or below. Which is why, like, at 45 tons, the Phoenix Hawk is basically perfect for a coil. Because it's big enough to have enough tonnage to be able to mount it. And it's fast enough to be able to really do damage with this thing. I don't need 50 medium lasers. I'll sell 20 of them right away. Those MLRSs. I mean, they're extreme range. What is that? Multiple launch rocket system. Yeah. But the weight. I honestly think I'm better off just selling them. That's $500,000. Yeah, screw it. I'm getting rid of them. I don't need them. I got reloading RL-4Ts. Ooh. I've got a lot of weaponry that I'm not using right now. That I probably should consider either selling or mounting or doing something with. And a lot of engine cores that I don't really need either. And those are worth a lot of money. Like those 140s I could totally sell. Like I could get rid of all of these. That's another 300 grand. Bam. Like I might as well, like I'm in a favorable shop right now. So I'm in a favorable shop in a favorable territory. Mass of the vehicle and its desired maximum walking or cruising velocity. That 165, I've only got one of them. I'll get rid of that. Like, I got a bunch of 180s. I don't need 12 core 180s. I'll keep 5. There. Same for the 200s. I'll keep 5. There we go. This is the richest I've been in a very long time. Same for you. I'll keep 5. And these guys I have less than 5, so those I'm not gonna sell. I'm just gonna hold on to. Okay. So, storage. All the way down. That Raiden Battle Armor, I'm going to prep. I'm going to ready it up. I'm probably going to mount a bunch of mag shots on it. Because mag shots are hilarious. What kind of missions do we have access to right now? That's against Merrick. Not doing that. 35-ton dual. So it would have to be T'Chau and Manda going out there. Those are the only two 35-ton mechs we have. Okay. Solo duel, 35 tons. And solo duel at 75. The solo duel at 75 I'm definitely not doing. The dual here, I'm actually kind of tempted with that. I'm going to drop a coward save here. I haven't used my retcon today. So I'm dropping a coward save. And I think we're going to go at high noon. I'm going to take that challenge. We're going to go for all the money in the world because those duo duels and solo duels never get good. They never give good salvage. So I'm going all money. Then we're going Talon and Raven. And you know what? I might actually put myself out there. I'm a half-decent Talon pilot. And I kind of need the XP. So yeah, me and Manda, we're gonna step out there. We're fast as hell. And we got some pretty solid, like, electronic warfare stuff mounted on the Raven mech. So 1.5, 35-ton limit. The local German brothers. Okay. And it's a festive duel. I'm gonna try to move the camera again once we start the mission. Just so I can put it back down over there where I was at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to be hiding some portraits, but I'd prefer that than hiding either the state of the mech or the heat bars or, you know. But because I couldn't see, well, because my OBS crashed, and because I was out of mission, I couldn't really. Command interface initiated. There we go. Murder crows again. Okay, so we've dealt with these guys before. And this is a lunar arena, so heat is going to be a concern. I'm gonna move myself right down there. There we go. Now we can see everything. Now we can see everything about the mechs. Look at down here. There you go. So we can see the state of the mech, and we could see the heat bars and every condition on it. Okay. I'm gonna have Manda sprint forward. What do we have down there? Blackjack, and we're outweighed quite a bit, is what I'm seeing right now. Because the Blackjack is at the very least a 40 tons, if not 50, depending on if it's an Omni or not. A Clint. I'm not familiar with the Clint. It's got something pretty big mounted over there. Could be a big AC or a particle cannon. Chain guns, ace. Yeah, that thing's a direct fire sniper. Okay. I need these guys to move before me, so.
Got it.
Because they have too much evasion right now. I can't really get a shot on them.
Holding.
Okay, they keep reserving, so I'm just gonna max reserve.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna sprint way back there. And get behind cover. Yeah, my chance to hit is terrible. So, I'm gonna use sensor lock here just to preview. Medium pulse and an ER particle cannon. Okay, this thing is dangerous. Double UAC 5s. This thing is also quite dangerous. Because it's a Blackjack Omni, which is a 50 ton. We're limited to 35 tons, but we're facing a 50 and a 40. I'm gonna mess with his targeting at least a little bit. Okay, he missed. He also crumbled a building way back in the distance by missing me.
Good to go.
Okay,
Gun turbo.
so I'm gonna go in here full speed. And while his evasion is low, I'm gonna haywire this guy. Mess with his targeting as much as I can.
This should be good.
It's gonna make me a lot harder to hit. Because I'm not gonna be able to tank a whole lot of hits. I'm gonna have to evade as much as possible.
Fired up. There's work to do. Moving fast.
There you go. Same thing here. I'm gonna haywire the Blackjack this time. Mess with his targeting.
All weapons are go.
And by splitting up the way that I just did,
What do you want?
I'm kind of forcing them to turn their back on one of us. Which is kind of what I'm hoping here.
Moving. Alpha
Structure exposed. Okay, that's nice. That did not feel good.
Ha! Send me
But-
a real opponent.
Woo! Shutting down from overheating. That's my target now. The guy who just shut down. I need to just... They're both shutting down.
Come on, Mech Warriors. It's go.
Oh, this is incredible.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, the blackjack is the more dangerous of the two. So I'm going to go ahead and smack him.
Hey, stay in the crosshair.
What is it already?
Is there any way? Yes, right there. I'm going to sprint for it. I don't care. Back armor. Crit to the engine.
Good hit there.
Battle mech power up detected.
He's powering back up.
Battle mech power up detected.
We can do this. Let's go.
Still hasn't moved.
What can I do for you?
So there's the kind of... Wait, didn't I make you an ace pilot? I thought I did.
I hear ya.
I'm not sure why I'm unsteady right now. Okay, at this point I'm going to overheat if I'm not careful. So I won't fire the ER.
Roger, Commander. I've got the shot. Let's get fired
Leg
up.
destroyed.
To do.
Okay, he's gone. Fan-friggin-tastic.
Yes.
As for me, I'm fast enough. Sprint behind, shoot him in the booty. It's 2-on-1. He's gonna have to turn his back on one of us. Or he jumps way up.
We can do this. Let's go.
He went all the way up there.
Waiting for orders.
Ah, that's not a building I could crumble, sadly. Could still sprint behind him. This is not a great shot.
Here it comes.
There you go. I just wanted to have like a beacon attached to him.
What do you want?
Okay, sadly I missed there. But he's gonna have to jump.
Damn, missed.
The height advantage
Yikes! That hit hard. We can do this!
from his current vantage point is a little problematic right now.
Good to go.
Okay, I can't jump. He turned around. And he didn't move. He turned his back to both of us now. I'll use target prediction just to give myself, my own pilot, a little boost when it comes to accuracy here.
What is it already? Motion commander.
That's a good shot.
Alpha.
Let's get fired up! There's work to do!
So he just turned around and guarded.
Waiting for orders.
If I get right at the foot of this, he's gonna jump at me though if I do that. Just haywire him again.
What is it already?
That's not a bad shot. There we go, leg destroyed.
Crippled them.
Neither are my yeah, he ejected. There you go.
Mission successful.
Overall, quite good. I'm not even going to need repairs, so that was perfect. We loading? There you go. 633. That's a nice good bit of money. Got a piece of a Clint and a Core 200. That's actually worth a decent amount of money. And a couple pulse lasers. Yeah, even the salvage was actually pretty decent. We got lucky there. And I do believe Courser, I just realized, I think Courser is our very first casualty. And I don't think we had a single pilot die before now. Let's go to the memorial wall. Savage also died. Okay. Killed by an ammo explosion. Yeah, same thing. It was in a battle armor, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Corsair survived. He didn't... We lost the battle armor, but we didn't lose him. We only lost Savage. Speaking of that, I have a couple more berths. A couple of extra spots here. For some pilots, and I'd like to have these pilots start gaining XP.
Good to go.
Davion Poor, enlisted Navy recruit, hired killer, and a convict. That is quite the combo. I don't think I want to handle that. Caveman?
Yes, Commander.
Starts very, very low.
Ready for orders.
Oregon Commoner, so that one, this guy is...
Standing
of
by.
a recoil. Merrick Nobility! Oh, that could actually be an advantage. We're allied with Merrick. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're hired.
New mech warriors available.
Receiving you.
Standing by.
Merchant ship crew. Artorian nobility. I'll keep the last spot, the last pilot, the last barrack spot open in case I find somebody particularly interesting. But right now, none of them actually warrant that. That's against the Free Worlds League. Yep. I don't think there's any other mission that I'm willing to take in here. So I think it's time to move on. It is time for us to travel. And it's not a bad thing because we're deep in enemy territory right now. "31 days until the fighting starts. I could get there in 21 days. But the problem is, it's a 4.5 skull. I'd rather not do that." Defector, nope. Siegebreaker. That's against Steiner. For Liao. No, that's not really favorable here. For Steiner against hostile mercs. Tech tonnage maximum. That could be a problem. I'm starting to run pretty heavy. That's a 3-star against pirates. For the Draconis Combine, which would not be... That wouldn't be a bad thing. And we gotta kind of start heading back towards the Directorate if I want to do some of the missions. If I want to do some of the main the main story mission, which is that one down here in Panzer. The Arano Restoration flashpoints are the one for the main mission. 24 days it would take me to get there. "10 days until the fighting starts. It would take me 17 to get there, so that's not worth it." How about that one? That's going to start in 29 days. It's 3 skulls. That could get real nasty. Why do I not have any music anymore? Why has the music stopped? The music stopped because my browser froze. Why is everything freezing and crashing today? I'm not a fan of that. I would very much appreciate if it didn't. There's the music. It's back. There you go. I'll start a new playlist. Might as well. Okay, so I am kind of very much hesitating as to where to go here. I mean, there's a travel contract going all the way there. That's against... Probably against Canopians, but I am against Canopians nowadays. Because I've allied myself with Merrick. I've taken a side. Okay, what kind of travel contract is it? Because it might be worth looking into. It's a pirate contract. Against Merrick. So no, I'm not taking that. I could just jump up over to Masterson here. I feel like I should start making my way back down towards the main story, though. I could just go for it. 24 days. Yeah. I'm gonna go straight for it. I got enough money to be able to afford hopping around a bit.
That work order you submitted?
Yes. Financial report coming up. But I'd also like to do an engineering upgrade if I can, because I got a bit of time. High capacity power conduits, that would not be... That could be quite welcome. Mech Bay number 3, that's real expensive. Gamma pod. More pilots. Or an improved morale boost for the library. I think we're going to go for the power conduits because the power conduits will unlock a whole lot of stuff. I think that's the way to go.
I'll get the crew moving.
Because, yeah, like, even if I want, like, an extra slot here for Lance deployments, for Lance A and Lance B, I need high-capacity power conduits. But before I'm able to deploy more mechs, I'm going to need more pilots. So, Gamma Pod is probably what's going to come right after. And I'm also going to need more mechs. Mech Bay 3 might be the way. First harvest. Yeah, I'll throw a garden party. I'll throw 15 grand at that. Morale increased by 2 for 15 grand. Oh, RNGesus, you have been very kind to me. I am now a bit scared that the game is gonna screw me over on something else. Because 2 morale points for 15 grand is a giant boost. It is massive.
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Alright. Financial report. This is the first time I might consider going to generous. No, it is really, really good. Morale boost of 2 is massive. It's gigantic. The problem is, well, RNGesus giveth and RNGesus taketh away. So if I got particularly lucky on that roll, I'm expecting the game to screw me over later. But no, look, 2 morale points for 15 grand is huge, 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 massive. I'm at 46 morale. I'm almost maxed out. I don't think I need the morale effect here. I don't think I need to boost. I'm gonna stay to normal. And if we're looking at our current pilots, like, yeah, Aloha's making bank. And so's Manda, so's the Chow. Everybody else is kind of lagging behind a bit because I haven't leveled up. There's a whole lot of people I'm kind of hoarding experience points on right now. And JD's been hurt for so long. Like, JD was near the top of the list. But he's been hurt for so long that he's kind of falling behind. He's almost back, though. He's going to be back in 20 days, and we got 18 days of travel left. Ooh, we might get a first mission back with JD for the first time in a very long time today. Oh, I'm going to have to make some choices here. Who's going to sit down for that? Pizza's probably going to sit down. Yeah. I think Pizza's going to sit down. And I've got JD set up as a brawler, if my memory serves me right. So, either a juggernaut or a brawler. I need him on the front line. He's built to be on the front line. So, But is pizza going to say pizza to Droogs? What do we have here? Oh. So Steiner and Davion really kind of starting to mess with each other. Those are two of the factions that are on the northern side of the map, so I'm not too concerned. But they are two of the more powerful houses on the map, so this could mean, yeah, this could get messy up there. If we look at the map here, it's Steiner versus Davion, which is the blue versus the red. So it's really all that front line up here that's flashing in pink. That's what we just read about. They are really having a go at each other up there. And that one, for some reason. They're under attack. Like, no, that's the Draconis Combine. That's not Davion. Davion is here. Trying to see the symbol. Yeah, it's that one. I'm seeing the little sword in the back there. That's Davion. It's the Federated Sons. So, these guys have made an incursion all the way in there. Sheesh. And yeah, we got the clans starting to kind of punch their way into the northern side of the map here. Down here, the Taurians are holding on pretty well. Well, we might start. Yeah, I think we might start fighting some clans down here. That could be interesting. We haven't fought a whole lot of clan mechs, so this could be fun. All right, let's go to Panzer, and I think I'm gonna wait the extra 2 days to get JD back on track here. So I'm not gonna begin just yet. JD is now back on duty. Star map reminds you of Star Control 2. Shadow Game, if I have played it, it's been a very long time. But yeah, the map is massive in this mod. It is absolutely gigantic. We're in Directorate lands, which is not favorable for us. We're not going to get very good prices. We're not going to get very good contracts either. Plus, the levels are quite low. I mean, mopping up is... I mean, that's still 400 grand. I might take that one. Sure. For $250,000 on a 1 skull? I'll take that. Alright, I need to reload. Let's go. Our 10 mech long range setup. And I don't really mind if we run a bit hot. Oh, I forgot to put weapons on the battle armor. God damn it. All right, I'm going to do that right now. I don't need it right away, but I will need it sooner than later, so I might as well do it before I forget again. Mag shot. Mag shot. Mag shot. Mag shot. I could actually mount 6 mag shots on here. But what I'm gonna do instead, because I want to keep some mag shots for repairs, I want to keep some spares. For the last 0.4 tons, on Trooper 3 and 4, I'm going to mount a couple of flamers. If you want to go with a balance, clan fights mentally add a skull to anything shown. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense, Avex. The clan mechs do tend to pack a ton of firepower. So... it can get pretty messy pretty quick. Okay. I'm gonna take that mopping up mission. Just because I could use the extra cash, and I do want to give JD a warm-up mission back in. Okay. We're in polar biome, meaning I don't mind running hot. And we've got an absolute juggernaut here in JD, who's ready to get back in and kind of slug it out. So, who am I sitting down? Yeah, Pizza's gonna sit down. And that Blackjack Omni, that thing packs a serious bunch. But I need a sniper to operate that. JD's not a sniper. Triple's a sniper. Triple's a sniper. Yeah. I'm still gonna have to think about all of the battle armors and where I'm gonna mount them. But yeah. With JD, I want something I could brawl with. So, and he's used to, like, he's piloted nothing but a Shadowhawk all campaign, but we've lost that Shadowhawk now. So he's gonna have to get used to a new mech. Dervish. Actually, Corsair. Yeah, that thing can pack a pretty good punch. And it's rugged. It's pretty hard to hit. It's pretty hard to kill, I should say. And Aloha's very used to driving the Dervish. So, It's either the Corsair or the Wolverine. I'm a little underwhelmed with that Scotty. I'm not. Can't say that I'm a fan of the Scotty right now. I think the Scotty's gonna sit down. I'm gonna bring in the Wolverine. Because the Wolverine's faster and it packs more firepower anyway. The Scotty's just gonna be kind of a spare mech for a bit. Scorpion is nice because I could snipe stuff, but the Blackjack allows me to mount a battle armor and bring an extra pilot and an extra sensor locker. Which is also kind of a big deal. Alright, we're going to mount the Theseus battle armor on this thing here. I'm going to have Shotel right on there. In the vehicles, I'm going to have the 2 IS battle armors in the Turin, and I'm going to have the Achilles in the Vargar. Over here in the Turins, I'm going to have the Cat couple. So, Wolfbanes and Floppy are going to be driving this. And actually, you know what? Pizza has driven battle armor before. And he can sensor lock. Yeah. So I would say this is more of my brawler setup. That's my brawler lance. And more importantly, the brawler lance that I don't care if it runs a bit hot. Because we're in polar right now. So I'll take that contract and then we'll do the main story mission. Because we're in the right system for it. We'll do that flashpoint. I haven't done the main mission, the main campaign in so long that I don't even remember what mission this is. And then considering what time it is, I think after the main mission, the main story mission, it's probably going to be time to raid out. Game is taking its sweet time to load. There you go. Destroy enemy units. Yeah, we got a decent paycheck for that one too. For a one skull, it's actually a decent paycheck. I skewed it more towards money though, because at one skull I'm not expecting good salvage at all. Not for the point I'm at. And it'll be a good little warm-up mission to get JD back in the swing of things.
Command interface.
After he's been hurt for the better part of a year. Alright, here we go. What do we got? I'm seeing a panther back there. So there's a panther back there. There's another 25 tonner back there. I'm gonna full reserve because I've got the evasion bonuses from having just spawned in.
Waiting on you, Commander. Moving fast.
I'm gonna move right there. Active ping. I thought I would catch that second one. It didn't. That's fine. He barely even moved, so...
Good to go.
Alright, frogs. Jump frogs over there. We could get a line of sight on whatever... That's a commando down there. Alright, cool. My shot there is not great. Honestly, I'm just gonna sensor lock the guy so that everybody else can have a better shot at him. Because he's moved already. So... Got a mongoose down there too. Not too concerned about the mongoose. I mean, I could run JD and take a shot, I guess. Got a very good shot at the panther from there. Let's take that. Yeah, that's a decent shot. Oh man, I like that Corsair. Those MRMs are nasty. And this thing moves enough that...
What are your orders, Skipper?
I'm getting 3 evasion from that. I'm okay with this.
Affirmative, Commander.
Light him up.
Reporting. Critical hit. Waiting for orders. Roger that.
Jump aloha over there. I mean, I have a shot at that guy back there, but it's a terrible shot. 47%. I'm bound to hit something with the amount of ordnance I'm throwing at him, so I'm fine with that. Just get a couple hits. There you go. That's a lot of stability damage.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Now I just need either a Cinnabon or Isabella to throw some missiles at him, and he's gonna fall on his ass. So there we go. SRM explosion.
I'm guessing.
Pilot injured, knocked down, engine crit. Yeah, he's having a bad time.
What's up, boss? On the move. Full speed.
%45% DR. God damn.
Sensors locked on. Yes, Londa.
There we go. I could just split fire. I'll throw just the particle cannon shot at that guy. Everything else at the Panther.
Acknowledging multiple targets.
And he's gone.
Enemy down.
Only one salvageable part. We got like 5 Panthers in storage. Like that's, I'm not too concerned about salvage for these guys. Only going to fire 2 lasers because my chance to hit is quite low, so I don't want to heat up. I'll still fire 2 and throw a whole lot of missiles because I got plenty of that.
Okay.
Then I destroyed, ripped out an arm, and yeah, he's having a bad time.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. We got a Huron warrior now. I'm gonna split fire here.
Splitting my fire.
Gauss rifle to the face, left leg destroyed. God damn, I love the Gauss rifle.
You have
The Huron warrior cannot move. It is incredibly slow. It's actually, it's not as slow as it was. I just remembered I did add some extra jump jets to it on the way here.
I understand.
There we go. Throw a couple more shots.
Yes, Commander. Sensors locked on.
Receiving you. Talk to me.
Been a mega fan of the Gauss since the 90s. Yeah, Brandon. I hear you. I do love a good Gauss rifle. And that Huron warrior is basically set up. It's got a Gauss rifle and a large laser. And I've got an FCS on it that basically gives it a free breaching shot, even if the pilot in there doesn't have breaching shot. So as long as I split fire between the 2 weapons, I'm getting 2 breaching shots every turn with a Gauss and an extended range large laser. So this thing with just 2 weapons could do some serious freaking damage.
Yes, Commander. Smooth order.
Little Merkava tank up here. 94% chance to hit. Just blam him.
I copy.
Messed up with his E-cooling.
Commander.
Oh, he's panicking. I was hoping to make him. I was hoping to force him to eject, but
I'm ready.
yeah, Shrotel's not gonna be in range to do anything. None of them are in range to do anything, so let's just brace.
Hunkering down.
Initiative 9 is this guy. Initiative 8 is this guy. So I'm gonna let him move. Firing a couple missiles here. Why is my music frozen again? Okay, no, it's just the start of a track. I thought my music had frozen again. But no, it's just low volume start of a track. It's fine. I'm gonna reserve again. This guy's gonna get up. He's not gonna be able to move much because he's missing a leg. And his DR was cut down by half because he couldn't move. This is where things are gonna get interesting.
Ready for orders.
I'm gonna have Manda just rush in. This guy is actually relatively under control right now. Because he's got no evasion at all. He can't dodge. That commando here. Oh, all of his weapons are gone, and all he's got left is the FA. Okay, I have to take him out quick. But that also tells me I should target that guy, because that guy still has weapon, and I have haywires. So I'm just gonna mess with his weaponry. Or just rip out an arm. That also works.
And there's more where that came from.
Yes, Commander.
Meanwhile, Aloha.
Copy that.
Aloha's carrying a lot of SRMs. Yeah. You know what? I'll throw one set of RLs at this guy. I want him gone.
I copy.
Yeah, he's gone. He's very, very, very gone.
Tango down. I'm out of short-range missiles.
If Aloha gets close to anybody, they're gone. Usually.
Wait for
That's
orders.
kind of how it goes.
Moving out.
And now we just ripped out the other half of him. He's gone.
One less target.
Yeah, nice and easy little
Mission
mission here. That's quite nice. Alright. And that was a nice little mission to get JD back in. That Corsair, I think he could have a lot of fun with that. The big problem with the Corsair is it doesn't have jump jets. So, because it doesn't have jump jets, sometimes it is of limited use in like really mountainous terrain. I kind of have to choose my battles here. Little 500,000 right there. Coalition is liking me better compared to what I used to be. Mostly because I was... Because I allied myself. Also, that... Triple into Blackjack was not a thing I thought would work all that well. But because she's got Breaching Shot, I can get a Breaching Shot going on one weapon, usually either the particle cannon or the UAC, and then just fire everything else at another target and just melt them. So her in the Blackjack actually gives me a bit more flexibility in terms of who I'm targeting and who's got like any kind of DR going. As expected, the salvage is trash. I fully expected the salvage to be trash. Yeah, there's nothing even remotely interesting here. I'll take a panther piece, I guess. So, alright. So, what I'm going to do next is, we're going to load up. Oh, should I do a game restart? I should probably do a game restart. This mod tends to memory leak quite badly. And I had a few freezes during that last mission. I think I should probably do a game restart. And it's going to give me the occasion to refill my water, bathroom break, coffee, you know, all of the good stuff. Yeah, like just like that. It just froze there, so getting some of these freezes usually tells me I should probably do a game restart. I'm starting to run out of RAM. Why did he say I needed to do mech repairs? Everything's perfectly fine. Okay. I'm gonna do save and quit here. And I'm gonna do a game restart. Let's go to the pause screen here. And while that is going on, like once I'm reloading back into the game, well, that should help. That should help my RAM a decent amount. I'm hoping. There we go. Alright. So, game saved, game quit, game reload. And now as it's loading back in, because it has to do like a whole bunch of asset preloading and compiling and stuff. Usually takes a minute or two. Well, during that minute or two, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to go refill my water and my coffee. So, be right back. We're back. Game is done loading assets, but it's still loading the save file. Well, that should still take a couple more seconds, maybe a minute. I have obtained coffee. And I have obtained, well, that's kind of low, but I still have my jug of water right by me. There we go. Let's refill. How about that save file? Hey, it's starting to, it's getting there. That's the only big gripe I have about this mod is the loading times are, the loading times and the memory leaks are sadly a bit of an annoyance. There we go. It's a pretty good timing that the ads have been running over on Twitch at the same time I've been doing this this reload. I'm quite happy with that. You guys don't get to lose too much on content. I'm still a little bit concerned with the way OBS crashed earlier. It was very sudden and I didn't like it at all. Okay, I think we're ready to take on the flashpoint here. Okay. Proceed to Panzer. Assist a restoration army effort to liberate House Decimus. No restriction. BTA loot cache. Short engagement. Supposedly 1.5. But it's been like the story missions have been a lot trickier than most of the other missions so far because you get such limited deployments. The aid of House Decimus ground supports the facilities. Miss Meyer will carry your lance through Panzer's orbital debris field, drop you on the surface. Cool. What happens when we're on the surface? Once your lance behind enemy lines, while she leads from the front, you will harass the supply train, target valuable. Okay. Oh, Lady Arano needs help. To seize control of Panzer's only remaining spaceport. So I gotta take that. Samir's a good pilot. We'll be fine. Afraid there's more. I've just received a message from Lady Centerella. There's been a major incident on Perdition. Terrorist action, chemical attack against the port city of Harlow's Landing. Wow, that is rough. That's a damn atrocity, yes. Okay, so yeah, they're just using that attack as a way to try to get political gains. Don't like the idea of a couple superpowers inserting themselves into our campaign. Yes. Yep. Let's go. Liberating Panzer, 2.5 skulls. Yeah, we get 4 mechs. That's it. So I'm gonna have to choose very, very, very wisely who I'm putting out there. I don't think I can afford to run a light scout mech at all. Okay. I want Isa in the catapult. I want our big missile boat out there. Then let's figure out pilots rather than... Let's figure out pilots rather than mechs. And then I'll figure out the mechs from the pilots, I think. So I got Isa in the catapult. That's a given. Who's next? And what do I need? I need somebody who can sensor lock, and ideally somebody who can sensor lock from the front. That means I need frogs. Frogs. I don't mind running hot over here. We're on polar. We're on polar biome. I don't mind running hot. And by not minding to run hot, I mean a hunchback with 1,000,000 lasers could be the way to go here. Or I go Wolverine just for the extra mobility. And, I mean, that Wolverine's got an AC-20. That thing hits like a truck. Well, a mech, really. It hits very hard. And it's still fast enough that I could be viable with it, you know? What else am I bringing? JD in the Corsair. And then I'm going to have Aloha in the Dervish. So that gives me somebody at least with pretty high initiative, because Aloha boosts up to initiative 8 from Master Tactician. I could still reserve and steady on if I need to. The other option that I'm thinking of here, because this is pretty close range in terms of setup, except for the catapult. The other option would be to sit that down and bring triple here with either a sniper mech like the Scorpion or the Blackjack Omni. Yeah, we're in polar. I don't mind running hot. And this thing actually hits pretty damn hard. Especially with a breaching shot. And you know what? Nah. JD's gonna sit down. Frogs is also gonna come. I'd rather have more than one sensor lock if I can help it. And Frogs has got Bulwark, so he could still brawl pretty decently. Yeah. And, oh, wait. With the Blackjack, I could also have, oh, okay, nope. JD goes in. But I can have battle armor here. IS battle armor with mag shot Gauss rifle. And in there, I'm gonna have a pilot that has sensor lock. Floppy could be one. Pizza. Maybe. Or Chotel, or maybe even T'Chao. Wolfbanes. It's gotta be Wolfbanes. He could battle lord with the frickin' magshot Gauss rifle. Yeah, that's the way to go. Alright. I'm not entirely sure. It gives me... The fact that I brought the Blackjack instead of the Wolverine gives me better range. I'm sacrificing a little bit on burst damage because of that, though. Since the Wolverine has an AC 20 mounted. Which is usually just blam and your leg is gone. But having the extra range, I think, might serve us here. And also being able to bring in Wolfbanes in the battle armor, being able to mount a battle armor and mount and a pilot who can sensor lock on top of that gives me 2 sensor lock. And yeah. This is also a 1.1 million credit for an 18. So it's a hefty paycheck for this one. Here we go.
Command interface initiated.
Enters debris field unassisted, no small feat. Yep. Restoration strike teams. Okay. Okay, the dropship control center. Destroy it. ADV Karnak.
Good hunting, Commander.
Okay, hold on a
Bring
second.
down the control
Garrison
center, and
units.
we'll handle the rest. Good luck.
And then we gotta go out there. Okay. So. 5 units destroyed. I got 6 rounds. Whew, that is not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Alright, let's full reserve here. Force them to move. Somebody's shooting at me. They have turrets, don't they? They probably do. Alright, here we go.
Yes, Commander.
I'm gonna have triple move in. Oh, they all have evasion for days. I'm not gonna fire the UAC. I'm gonna hold on to my ammo for now.
Firing.
I figured it would miss, but I'm trying to force these guys to move because they got so much evasion from the spawning bonus. They're not moving.
Stepping by.
Wolfbanes cannot sensor lock from the back of a mech. I keep forgetting about that. I need to step out that battle armor then.
Roger.
Get some eyes out. SRM carriers. That's concerning. Good thing I took the extra range.
Sensors.
Let's see if I can throw off his targeting.
Hey. Throttling up for what it's worth.
Yes, Commander. On it.
11%. That is terrible.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, I'm gonna have JD kind of flank on this side here.
Let's see what this baby can do.
Try to draw their fire away. Force them to move, something. They had so much evasion, I couldn't do anything for the first... Like, it wasn't 6 rounds, it was 5, because there's no way you could do anything with every vehicle having 6 evasion plus. I'm gonna have to use vigilance
Heavy fire.
for triple and hope to all of the gods that nobody else shoots at her. She's got no evasion. That blackjack cannot generate that much evasion. It's pretty slow. Oh, that's a knockdown. She's gonna get knocked down. Unsteady. Okay, we... Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, yes, he's shooting at Aloha. We're fine. See, this is why the story missions are so freaking tricky.
What do you need?
But now, I could get those max shots going. Or I could sensor lock one of them. I'm gonna sensor lock you. No. Where's the SRM carrier? That one.
I've got a sensor lock.
There's clearly a turret.
Damage is minor, Commander. Receiving you.
Okay, I'm kind of tempted to sprint that way.
On my way.
I'm gonna throw an RL-15 at this. I need this guy to die fast.
Affirmative.
Okay, that's one of them gone.
Target neutralized.
Good.
I'm out of short-range missiles.
This is why I took the shielded stance.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Triple.
On my way.
As much as I want to fire, I have to brace. I have way too much stability damage on me right now. I have to brace.
Receiving you. Location confirmed.
Good. Okay.
Target eliminated.
This is why I brought the Corsair. It's actually very good at melting down vehicles. There's even more mechs coming that way. Okay. But yeah, the faster I get rid of these vehicles, the faster I can get going.
Damage is
That guy coming this close to me means he's gonna get stomped. I'm gonna start stomping at him pretty quickly.
I may regret this.
Bulldog, a bulldog, and a striker.
Copy that. Firing out. Bet that hurt.
Messed up with this movement. I'm very happy I took the shielded stance here for Aloha because he is tanking. He's tanking a bit too much now. This is starting to be concerning.
Hot damn, let's do this.
Yes, Commander.
Let's move.
Mount back. There you go.
Got a lock. What's up, boss?
Alright, Aloha. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in back there. I'm gonna use target prediction. And I'm gonna fire at this guy. Not the RL this time.
Fire. Target's taking a critical hit.
That's a lot of AC fire. That's an insane amount of AC fire, but a lot of it is missing right now, so they're firing at very, very long range. I'm gonna need vigilance for Aloha in a hot second. Bippity buppiting pop. Thank you very much for the follow. What a name.
Standing by.
What a name. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're having a great day. All right.
On my way.
There you go. JD can just start rushing back in. The Bulldogs are a bit more concerned. Yeah, that guy has taken a decent amount of damage. I might be able to kill him right off. So, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, it's on now.
Like, I need to take...
Target neutralized.
I need to have less guns against me right now. I need to finish targets.
Receiving you.
So... I mean, I can only punch. I can't kick. But I'm still firing a particle cannon and a medium laser. If I do that. If I punch him. The blackjack really isn't a mech for punching or kicking, though. It's not made for that at all. I'm better off stepping back and shooting. And the Bulldog battle tank back there is a little more concerning to me in terms of sheer damage. But this guy is closer and he's got a lot of missiles.
All weapons, go.
I heal. Engaging. Jump jet.
Alright, I'm not going to be able to fire missiles this time because I'm 100% going to overheat if I do. Actually, yeah. I mean, my heat goes down a bit if I fire 2. So I'm going to fire 1. It's going to reduce my heat by a decent amount. Still going to throw a whole lot of missiles at this guy.
Lucky target. I
There we go. He's gone. Good.
do it.
That's another set of guns that I don't have to care about.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Let's go.
Receiving you.
97% with the mag shots. I think I'm better off just sensor locking though. Am I in range to sensor lock anybody else? No. I'm starting to think I should not have done that. I don't think I should have stepped him out. Okay, those turrets are still targeting Aloha, so I'm fine.
Standing by. Heading out.
There we go. Get evasive. And get a whole lot of missiles to this guy's face.
Engaging target.
I got no DR at all, though. So this is, yeah. This is a little concerning. Yeah. We'll sprint all the way down there. Get point blank range. Fire everything.
Firing all weapons.
Gone. Okay. We'll have their turrets on. Oh, that's nice. Yes.
Reporting.
All right. I would like. Okay. I'm gonna sprint all the way to up here, because. I was hoping I'd be able to see something, but I guess I don't.
Hey.
Okay, terrain opens up. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. They got a dragon mech and a hunchback. Jenner, Centurion, and the Panther. Okay. That's not too horrible. I'm going to full reserve. I'm going to let the turrets do some work here to begin with. I don't think they're gonna last very long. And then I say that, I mean, they almost took out that gender right there. I'm not too concerned about, like, claiming kills here. I just want to take them out. Yeah, those turrets don't have a whole lot of HP. That's an AC-20 hunchback. That's really concerning. Yeah, these two guys over here that we're seeing right now. Those are the real dangerous ones.
Receiving you.
Okay, I'm gonna have triple jump down, jump ahead. I'm hoping Wolfbane's is able to mount back. I got a decent shot at that guy. And I'm not too concerned about a breaching shot this time. Because he's only got 10% DR. And I'm shooting him in the back. With a particle cannon and a UAC-10. Yes.
Locking on. Forward. No
There you go. Rip out an arm. That'll do quite nicely.
Good to go.
Alright, Wolfbanes. Ah, he's not in range. Stick to cover. And brace for now.
What now? Yeah, here, go.
There we go. Let's jump Isa over there. And I'm going to start raining down missiles on this guy. He's got his back turned to me.
Something here up.
There you go. That's another set of guns I don't have to care about.
Enemy down. How's it going?
JD and Aloha are going to be the two that are really going to have to rush to the control center. Or at least, you know, act as spotter for Isa to be able to rain missiles on it. So I'm going to start sprinting JD forward.
Ready for orders.
Same for Aloha.
It's go time.
Ignore the turrets. Concentrate fire. Okay. Well, they're gonna rush me.
Waiting for orders.
Now that I've taken out one of them. Can I? Yes. Mount.
On my way. Double time.
Fantastic. Not in range to do anything else, but that's fine.
Orders?
Some of these guys have really long range weaponry. Okay. Wolfbane has an accuracy debuff if he's using anything but SRMs. Damage buff. Oh, so I should have Wolfbane driving the Dervish in that case. The SRM boat that I currently have over here. I'll know that for next mission. Thank you, Bippity, for the little tip here. Appreciate that. All right. I'm going to sprint forward and just kind of frontline this. I'm going to use Vigilance for the stability damage. I don't want to fire my RLs at this range. That would be a waste. And the other advantage is if they're focusing on me. If they're focusing on me, that means the turrets basically have a free field of fire.
Good to go.
Okay, JD's not gonna have a whole lot of evasion. I mean, I could sprint him up there. What kind of range does he have there? Oh, no, that's not good. How about that? 59 on the ACs is not horrible. Yeah. So we're gonna go there, and I'm gonna use... Yeah, I've got enough resolve for Precise Strike. Yeah, I'm gonna use a Precision Strike here. LACs and MRMs on this guy. If I could take him out quick.
Locked on target.
Or at least destabilize him enough.
Solid connection on that one.
Yeah, and now the turrets can go ham on it. Like, I don't really care about salvage in these missions. For the story missions, I don't really care, because they tend to be really dangerous.
Awaiting orders.
That's not a bad shot at all.
Moving to position.
If I go breaching shot with the particle cannon, that should be able for a knockdown. That should be enough for a knockdown.
Engaging. Yes, give them
Or just
everything you've got.
completely destroy a leg. That also works for a knockdown. But yeah, if I could keep triple kind of on steady high ground and keep finding lines of sight to be able to snipe at stuff. Because she's a sniper. That's not... The Blackjack is a sniper mag. There's no... There's no way around that.
Okay.
2, 3, 2 evasion. I mean, I could just fire at that guy, but that guy's under control right now. I'd rather rain missiles on somebody else. Either the dragon or the hunchback. These are the two. That AC-20 hunchback is concerning. What do you have? AC-5 LRM-10s. The dragon's not too bad. It's really the hunchback. I'm just gonna start lobbing missiles at this guy.
Well done. Here we go.
Yeah, that Panther's under control. Like, the turrets are gonna take care of him. I don't need to. I'd rather focus fire elsewhere rather than focus on trying to claim that kill. And Aloha has been tanking like a champ. This is why I took shielded stance. AC-20 missed. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. They're barely putting a dent in there. All right. $66.77. All right. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna step down over here. We're gonna split fire. We're gonna do double breaching shot. One on the Hunchback. One on the Panther, just to try to finish him off. Double UAC 10s on the Hunchback. And the particle cannon on the Panther, because he's almost dead.
Locking on.
There we go. Structure exposed. And a good amount of stability damage.
Onward.
And that's a kill.
No retreat.
Perfect. That's another set of guns I don't have to care about. Well, that I can stop caring about.
Hey,
I'd really like Isa to... Okay. What am I doing here? I'd like to keep high ground, but I also would like to kind of flank and start lobbing missiles at that control center. I think I'm gonna have to move there. Like this. And the next turn I'm gonna have to jump her down and start making my way towards there. As soon as I get a line of sight on that control center to start lobbing missiles at it. AC-20 destroyed. Okay, this is big.
critical hit, Commander.
This is really big.
Good to go. On my way. Double time.
Get up there.
Firing on target.
Torso destroyed. AC-20 destroyed. Knocked down. Okay. The biggest, most dangerous gun out in the field is now gone.
Hey there.
At least from what I've seen. The Dragon Mech is still a problem, but not as much of a problem. This guy's got no evasion at all. Let's see if I can burst him down.
Roger that.
Yeah!
Enemy down.
I'm a little concerned about unwanted friendly fire here from these turrets. Particle cannon turrets messing this guy up. Yeah. The fact that I was able to move in quick and start attacking quick means that
Reporting heavy damage. Good to go.
okay, yeah. I gotta maintain shielded stance as much as possible here for Aloha.
Firing jump jet.
Jump him up there.
Target acquired.
I heal.
Okay, yeah.
If you say so.
I'm just gonna steadily start jumping my way down. And the catapult mech is actually, like, it's actually pretty fast, so...
This might hurt.
There you go, just... Oh, that was nice. Okay.
Mech destroyed.
So that's gonna give me, like,
Receiving you.
6 or 7 rounds of just
Move order confirmed.
free fire on that control center.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Right leg, right. I just ripped out half the mech right there. Panic level critical. He's going to eject if. Yeah, he's gone. He's just ejected. All right, JD, full sprint.
The clock is ticking and that dropship is getting close.
Now we got 7 rounds left. We're good.
Prioritize targeting the control center, Commander.
How do I get up there? I gotta go through. Okay, I gotta go through this little fortress kind of place.
Confirmed.
So I'm gonna jump, yeah. Bring JD down. Bring triple down.
Good to go.
Bring Isa down.
All right.
But Isa is our ace in the hole here because she's got a whole lot of long-range missiles. Corsair does not have jump jets, so I have to go around.
Acknowledged.
10-4.
Affirmative.
Oh, it's gonna take me a couple rounds to get there. I'm almost there. Okay. Enemy contact? Oh, if there's reinforcements, that might be a concern. Oh no, it's just I was out of combat, but now that I'm seeing the building, I'm back in combat. Alright, cool.
Move order confirmed.
There we go.
Okay.
And now Isa could start just lobbing missiles at this thing.
It's go time.
And Aloha's already on
Standing by.
in range to just fire everything. Just melt this thing down. There you go. It's almost gone, and Isa's got 40 LRMs to throw at this thing.
Oh.
I'm just gonna throw 20. That should be more than enough. There you go. And mission accomplished.
Mission successful.
Wonderful. That was a very, very good way. I think that's a very good way to finish the stream, actually. Let's have a look. 1.678 million. Because I destroyed everything, I got an extra 50%. Woo! That is a juicy paycheck. JD with 4 kills on this one. He did some work. Yeah, I think he's liking this Corsair quite a bit. I mean, okay, what am I getting here? SRMs for days. I mean, an SRM carrier could be hilarious as a backup vehicle. I'm not going to be able to do, like, there's only one dragon piece. Just 2 pieces of an SRM carrier is enough for me to get a full one. So I'm going to do that. And then after that, let's have a look. 245 is actually a very good engine. And they're quite valuable. Yeah. I'm gonna grab a couple of 240s. There you go. These are good engines, and they're worth a lot of money. And I got the 245 in the random draw, so I got lucky there. That's a lot of SRMs. I don't need the SRM6s. I got so many already. I don't need them. There we go. They're worth a decent amount of money. Once I get back to friendly territory, that is. If I try to sell it here, I'm not gonna get anything, but once I go back to the Free Worlds League, should be able to get a decent price for those if I want to sell them. I could also probably check for any of my mechs could get a if it could make sense to do an engine upgrade for any of my mechs right now. I'm actually thinking of maybe an engine downgrade on the Corsair just so I can mount some jump jets on it. Thanks to your effort, the Restoration Army has broken the Directorate's hold on Panzir. Lord Pierre-Louis Decimus has already pledged his house and his systems to my service. Alright, Restoration is growing, we're gaining territory. All in all, that is good. Yeah, your people will love you for it. It's dangerous, but yes. Yep. House Espinosa always has contacts in the inner sphere. So they're usually, so the enemy of the main campaign is basically getting fed by the Draconis Combine in terms of merchandise and hardware. Found something strange in our cargo bay. We're gonna need some clarification. Ooh. BATTLETECH mistook it for spare part when we were stripping the Sharia before Lady Arano sold it to the Magistocracy. Okay. Whatever's on this right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll leave it to the client, really. We're mercs, so. Coincidence? I have seen the hand of fate at work. You think this Lord Corrosis will be able to open the archive? He knows Lost Tech anyone that... Okay, sure. That's the plan. We'll have an audience with him after we liberate Smithin. Alti, thank you very much. Yep, stretching out. Your timing is a bit uncanny. Not sure why I'm getting bonked, but sure. Your timing is a bit uncanny because I'm about to raid out. I'm basically done with today's stream. Got another 300 grand and a 350 here. That has been a very, very lucrative mission. You've been lurking. Yeah, I mean, I know you were lurking before, but, you know, I didn't know if you hung out the whole time. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I'm not going to be shopping here. I'm in enemy territory. That is terrible. That's a horrible idea. Let's not do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to end the stream. That's enough. So, let's look for a friend. Let me look for a friend to raid. Just mute the tab, keeps you as a viewer. Yeah, that's fine, dude. That I'm not expecting. I'm not asking for anything, really. None of my friends are streaming right now. And I mean, none. So I'm just going to look for somebody else who's playing BattleTech, if any. That's really all I could do. Brayden's Asylum is currently playing BTA, the same mod that I'm playing right now. So, you know what? Let's go see them. Let's go see them. I think that's gonna be the best way to end the stream today. So take care, everybody. Say hi to Brayden for me. Show him some love. I'm gonna see you on Monday. Take care. I'll see you soon.